Beleza, estamos de volta. Vamos ver aqui. Ah, bufada. Continuar pegando as
Hello,
missões.
stranger. I don't suppose you know anyone that can make traps? Old man Barlin said that Darkspawn may be coming soon. He's got traps on his farm. I figured I'd put a few on my lands. Barlin wants to poison his traps. I just want normal traps. None to be had. Barlin has all the traps in the village in his fields. He doesn't have any poison yet, thank the Maker. So his fields are just full of traps. He can be a bit eccentric.
Esse é aquele cara que a gente conversou antes.
I didn't mean to bother you. Sorry.
Ah, eu não sei fazer armadilha. Alguém aqui tem tal habilidade? Vamos ver se alguém aqui tem tal habilidade. Perícias. O que é aqui? Não. Não. Aí volta aqui. Não, isso aqui é punga. Ah, punga é o negócio de ficar destrancando o baú. Ah, essa missão não vai dar não. Por enquanto. Vamos ver se depois eu acho.
I'm wondering, Morrigan, do you believe in the Maker?
Certainly not. I've no primitive fear of the moon, such that I must place my faith in tales so that I may sleep at night.
But this can't all be an accident. Spirits, magic, all these wondrous things around us, both dark and light. You know these things exist.
The fact of their existence does not presuppose an intelligent design by some absentee father figure.
So it is all random then. A happy coincidence that we are all here.
Attempting to impose order over chaos is futile. Nature is, by its very nature, chaotic.
I don't believe that. I believe we have a purpose. All of us.
Yours, apparently, being to bother me.
Maneiro, né? Essas conversas deles um com o outro. Maneiro. Aqui não dá pra ir não. Sai da frente. Tem um baú escondido por aqui, né? É, pelo visto não. Dá pra entrar aqui não. Ah, porra é essa? Galinheiro? É. Tá. Cogumelo das profundezas. Eu tenho que achar uma das funções pra colocar no meu personagem, nele e no Alistair. Talvez botar o meu com a armadilha. Não sei. Porra, é muita coisa pra upar. Vou falar com essa mulher aqui.
You got a bed for the night. You taken care of. Don't need blades right now. We need beds, food, and an end to all these sad sots. I don't suppose you know anything of tonics, medicines, or herbs. Then you may be able to do us a lot of good. All manner of travellers come through, many injured or sick. We do our best, but we're out of supplies. There's medicinal herbs in the woods to the north. If you make a few poultices, I'll scrape together some sort of payment. I'll write all you need to know in this note here.
Vamos lá. Eita, boneco, tá indo pra frente por quê? Ué, cadê? Porra. Cataplasma. Preciso fazer cataplasma? É isso? Deixa eu ver aqui. Lothering. A anciã Miriam lhe pediu para que você use sua habilidade com ervas para criar algumas cataplasmas menores aos refugiados feridos de Lothering. 3 delas devem ser o suficiente. Tá, vamos ver o que precisa para fazer. Perícia. Quem é que faz aqui? Acho que é a Morgan. Herbalismo bolado. Aqui. Ei, dá pra fazer. Preciso de 3, né? 1, 2, 3.
Have any luck finding herbs in the woods? This will help many people. You're a good sort, you know.
Nossa, 50 prata bolado.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Vai lá, minha lata. Será que vai dar merda se eu pegar aqui? Caralho, armadura de ferro, mané. R$3,99. Não deu merda não. Vou ver se alguém usa essa porra. Armadura de ferro. Ó, ela é boa pra... É boa. Deixa eu ver se é mais forte que a do Alastar e do meu. Aí, Belo. Não, a minha é mais forte. Caralho, eu clico uma vez, vai duas. Meu Deus. Não. Então vou deixar com ela mesmo. A Morre não usa? Usa. Caralho, guerreiros. Ah não, mas essa aqui dá mais dano pra ela. Então eu vou deixar sem. Então porra, usa. Usa! Aí foi. Bora, vamos continuar. Cadê meu soldado? Isso. Não, pra cá eu já fui. Novo código. Oi, Shazinde. Os Shazide selvagens têm vivido nos ermos por Cari desde que as primeiras guerras com os Alamar os expulsaram em direção ao sul, há um milênio. Segundo seu próprio dogma, eles sempre foram um povo habitante de floresta que rapidamente se adaptou ao seu novo lar. Jogos e peixes são abundantes na área úmidas, e os Chazides conseguiram sobreviver. Por um período, eles e os Avars que habitavam as colinas foram verdadeiras ameaças aos habitantes das planícies. O Império Tevite havia acabado de se estabelecer e foi duramente pressionado a conter as invasões do sul e oeste. A fortaleza de Estagar foi construída especificamente para vigiar as hordas Chazin que se aventuravam ao norte das árvores do horizonte. Os questionamentos acerca de suas habilidades para competir com os habitantes da planície se foi esclarecido permanentemente quando o lendário guerreiro Rafter derrotou completamente os Chazin na primeira metade da Era Divina. Hoje os Chazin são considerados extremamente pacíficos. Embora seus modos ainda sejam primitivos se comparando aos nossos, nos ermos corcários eles vivem em curiosas cabanas construídas sob as estacas ou até mesmo em topos de grandes árvores. Eles pintam suas faces e são divididos em pequenas tribos lideradas por xamãs, como aqueles entre os Avars. Existem cadê? Ih, meu Deus. Existem muitas histórias apontando que esses xamãs aprenderam sua magia com as bruxas dos ermos. Bruxas essas que inspiram tanto quanto aterrorizam, mesmo quando não há prova definitiva de que elas existem. Em especial, o conto de Flemet, a maior bruxa dos ermos, é famoso entre todas as tribos. Embora não seja possível saber quantos vivem nos ermos, atualmente alguns viajantes que atravessam as florestas contam sobre os Chazins levando uma vida miserável, mesmo nas vastidões congeladas do extremo sul. É possível supor que caso os Sazins se organizem mais uma vez, nós poderemos ter razões para temê-los aqui em Ferelden. Nós ignoramos por nosso próprio alguma coisa que não dá pra ver. Nosso próprio risco. Interessante.
Eyes from my car. Your grassland eyes are inept. A chastened would never stoop to petty theft. You marsh folk are all thieves and liars.
Enough! People here are already desperate and frightened. They don't need you two coming to blows.
But what about my food?
I said enough!
That marshman stole from me. I know it.
Caralho.
Choque basitisra, marade starit, merade.
Tem mais um bandido aqui.
Abana kyun.
Vamos falar com ele.
You want one of my captors? I will not amuse you any more than I have the other humans. Leave me in peace. I'm in a cage, am I not? I've been placed here by the Chantry.
The revered mother said he slaughtered an entire family, even the children.
Caralho.
It is as she says. I am Sten of the Beresad, the vanguard of the Kunari peoples. If you haven't heard of us, that is your own shortcoming. Though it matters little now, I will die soon enough.
This is a proud and powerful creature, trapped as prey for the Darkspawn. If you cannot see a use for him, I suggest releasing him for mercy's sake alone.
Mercy? I wouldn't have expected that from you.
I would also suggest that Alistair take his place in the cage.
Yes, that's what I would have expected.
I suggest you leave me to my fate. I have been convicted of murder. Have the villagers not spoken of this? The people of a farmhold. 8 humans, in addition to the children. I agree. Are you asking if I feel guilt or if I am responsible for the deed? However I feel, whatever I've done, my life is forfeit now. Either you have an enviable memory or a pitiable life to know nothing of regret. "20 days now. I shouldn't last much longer, another week at most. Compared to your kind, maybe. Death will be my atonement. Perhaps. What does your wisdom say is equal to my crime? Importance is a matter of perspective. From here, very little seems meaningful. I would not, were I her. Farewell, then.
To be left here to starve? Or to be taken by the Darkspawn? No one deserves that. Not even a murderer.
Porra, aí fodeu. Sten. As ilhas setentrionais são remotas, selvas viçosas que abrigam cidades que dizem ser a mais extraordinária já construída. São as terras do Finari. Terras que os olhos estrangeiros jamais viram. Apenas as histórias de 3 marchas exaltadas que combateram contra os gigantes chegaram ao sul até a chegada dos tempos. Na jaula. Deixa eu lá falar com a madre sobre ele. Pô, meio estranha essa história aí, pô. O cara matou 8 pessoas, pô. É foda. Porra.
So, let me get this straight. You were a cloistered sister?
You must have been a brother before you became a Templar, no?
I never actually became a Templar. I was recruited into the Grey Wardens before I took my final vows.
Good day, Sister Leliana. I'm surprised to see you're still in Lothering.
It is good to see you as well, Your Reverence.
Is there something I can do for you, then? It might have been kinder to execute him, but I leave his fate to the Maker. Why does he interest you? He butchered an entire farmhold. Only one of the youngest hid long enough to survive. The child said his father had found the Canary gravely wounded and took him in. That kindness was repaid with murder. The bandsman found the Canary just standing amidst the carnage. He did not resist them. He would not say, though he acknowledged his guilt. Even the seasoned knights who apprehended him were disturbed by the carnage. However docile he appears, do not be fooled. That Canary is a danger. The Maker demands justice, regardless of his race.
Caralho, que porra, e agora? Eu não sei se eu solto esse cara, pô. Meio estranha essa história dele.
May the Maker guard you, Grey Warden.
Porra. O foda é que eu tenho uma missão aqui pra... Vai Flamengo, porque Flamengo fez gol. Caralho, agora o jogo me botou numa... Ah, o jogo tá mandando libertar ele, porra. Mas eu não acho muito certo, não.
Yes? What can I do for you now? Again? You are quite fascinated with the creature. What do you wish to know?
De novo, porra, esse papo.
Then his next victims might count you and me as their murderers. And what do you say on this, Leliana? You know your friend better than I.
These are unusual times, Your Reverence. With us, the Kunari might do some good. I am sure of it, in fact.
Were things not so desperate? Very well, I trust you. Take these keys to his cage and make her watch over you.
Thank you, Your Reverence. Your trust is not misplaced.
Vamos lá. Vou soltar ele. Se ele pisar em falso, eu mato ele.
They say your mother is Flemish, a witch of the Kukari Wilds.
They also say that washing your feet in winter makes you catch cold in the head, but we all know that is not true. But sometimes they are right. And they are right in this.
You know the stories about...
Of course. You think my mother would let me go without telling me all the stories of her youth?
My mother told me stories too. She was the one who kindled my love of the old tales and legends.
My mother's stories curdled my blood and haunted my dreams. No little girl wants to hear about the wilder men her mother took to her bed, using them till they were spent, then killing them. No little girl wants to be told that this is also expected of her once she comes of age.
I see.
No, you don't. You really don't.
You wish something more of me? I confess, I did not think the priestess would part with it. Out of one cage and into another. And in what endeavor am I to aid you? You are a Grey Warden. Even in the far north, we have heard the legends of their strength and skill. But I suppose not every legend is true. Set me free and I will follow you against the Blight. I have spent my life in the Vanguard. I know war, and your lands need all the help they can get. And so it is done. I will follow you into battle. In doing so, I shall find my atonement. May we proceed? I am eager to be elsewhere.
Eu vou te deixar na reserva, Estão, por enquanto. Vou ficar na reserva. Ah tá, tá jogando. Tá quanto? Tá 0-0? Ah, caralho, muito lugar pra ir, filho.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Tô sabendo, tu é braba.
It's done.
We done have what was said. You're a warden. I don't know if you killed King Kalen, and make her forgive me, I don't care. But that bounty on your head could feed a lot of hungry bellies.
Ih, vai morrer.
Attack!
Que isso, cara. Cara, tem que ser muito otário de achar que vai me ganhar. Caralho. Ai meu Deus, tô perdido. Boa. Rapaz. Pô, ela não tá usando a porra do arco, ela tá usando... Ela tá usando a adaga. Mas eles também não mantêm a distância, pô. Eles ficam de perto batendo. Vai ficar foda. Tá, eu ganhei um level aqui, deixa eu lá usá-lo. Deixar. Tá em Constituição bolado. Sobrevivência. O personagem pode detectar a presença de criaturas próximas ao seu nível. Concede um pequeno bônus para a resistência da natureza. Criação de armadilhas. Vou pegar isso aqui pro meu soldado. Será que vamos pegar isso aqui pra ele. Eu vou ficar com uma habilidade de coisinha. Opa! Caraca, cara. Mapa grande da porra. Luvas de couro. Acho que tem alguém do meu time que precisa de luva. Deixa eu dar uma olhada. Tem alguém sem luvas. O meu tá com luvas? Tá, né? Tá. Deixa eu ver aqui se tem alguém precisando de luva. Você não. Ó, essa aqui precisa. E também, vou deixar com ela. Luvinha, luvinha. Ih, já tem outro batalhão ali, olha. Daqui a pouco vão querer vir pra cima de mim também. Ai, não é que eles vieram mesmo? Ué, cadê? Eles estão ali em cima. Ih, cara.
I'll try to be careful. And
Rapaz.
yes?
Não, não, não. Sem querer que eu cliquei em tu.
And I'm off.
Pode ser atualizado. Arrependimento dos bruxos. Ah, foda-se.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
O quão agradecido, caralho.
The name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way. Grey Wardens? My, that does rather explain a lot. No offence, but I suspect there's more excitement on your path than my boy and I can handle. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
Ah, calma aí, mãe.
All right.
Pede pra minha mãe. Pede pra minha mãe pedir. Pede pra Maria Júlia pedir. Toma aqui o celular. Toma aqui, dá lá pra ela. Fecha a porta, por favor, e me devolve o celular quando acabar.
Hello.
Hello.
We'll be off as soon as this mess is cleaned up.
Ah, ele não quis ir, não.
Kindly for all your assistance.
Achei que ele ia vir junto. Peraí que eu peguei outra luva, deixa eu dar pra... Acho que a Morrigan tá sem. Aqui. Toma essa humilde luva. Tem que carregar ali.
Yes. And I'm off.
Cara, onde é que tá o mouse? Ah, tá aqui em cima. Caralho, a outra tá na merda aqui. Merda, tentei salvar ela, não deu.
I see.
Nossa! Ih, caralho!
Let's grab some glory. Let's grab some glory.
Caralho, que doideira, mané. E como é que eu viro normal de novo? Ah, não acabou a batalha não? Aí. Ah, virou um aranhão, mané. Ah, tá aqui. Caraca, que maneira. Caralho. Ai!
If you insist.
Ela tá tomando dano pra cacete, a assassina. Os caras tão focando nela sem dó. Eu não quero que ela... Não queria que ela jogasse de... Eu queria que ela jogasse de arqueira. É que tu joga assim, porra, de arqueira, cacete. Aqui não dá pra subir não. Mas tem algum bicho ali. Mãe, meu celular, mãe! Porra.
And I'm off.
Meu Deus, cara, ele morreu. Caralho. fodido.
Here comes trouble!
Meu Deus, outro morreu.
I shall do it.
I never liked this part. You caused the house.
I shall do it. I see. I shall do it.
Caralho, o boneco não tá tancando não, né? Tá apanhando firme. Toda luta morre um. Vai dropar uma armadura. Dropou uma armadura. Deixa eu dar uma olhada nela, calma aí. Vamos ver qual foi essa armadura. Ah, não é tão forte não. Ah, é sim. Vou ver se alguém quer usar. Ah. É. Pô, ele tá sem. Agora que eu fui ver, ele tá sem coisinha. Essa daqui nós vai ficar toda hora usando a porra da adaga, não tem jeito. Mas como é que eu troco aqui de lugar? Ah tá. Deixar assim. Eu não entendi se ameaçar aqui. Não sei se ele chama a atenção dos inimigos. Vou deixar só esse aqui ativado por enquanto.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Opa, elmozinho. tudo pequeno. Vou botar esse negócio na cabeça dela. Ah, se bem que tem essa aqui também, mas eu vou deixar na outra. Beleza, vambora. Ah, por enquanto não tem jeito.
All right.
Será que era esses bandidos que eu tinha que matar na missão? Aqui, painel do cantor. Ah, tá. É esses mesmo. Beleza, depois eu vou voltar pra ele. Caralho, que porra é aquela cheia de aranha?
Too easy. You should try what you can. I suppose violence. Sometimes. Let's end this. Fear me. I'll try to be merciful.
Solta! Vou jogar com a outra aqui. Foca nessa aqui. Toma.
You force our hand.
Ó. Me lutou bem. Eu acho que era aquele...
Yes.
Aquele debuff que eu tava dando no bicho. De aumentar a agressividade deles. Talvez era isso que tava complicando a minha vida. Mas eu não entendi muito bem o buff. Ele meio que atrai as pessoas, mas aumenta a agressividade. Algum atributo dele. Tem alguma coisa aqui? Não. Bom, vamos voltar lá ao cantor pra pegar a recompensa. Cara, é ossada. Depois a gente tem que avançar. Não dá pra passar aqui não. Filho! O problema é seu. Porra, ele tá usando a porra do... Caralho! Não é pra usar isso não, porra. Maluco teimosão. Foi na hora que eu troquei de personagem, ele usou.
All right.
Allow me. I could do that for you. Yes? On my way.
Fragmento de espírito. Aqui não tem nada. Olha lá o cantor lá. Fala, cantor.
The path of righteousness is full of hardship, but the Maker smiles upon its travelers.
Ah, é 3 de ouro, boa. Ih, tem missão nova. Quando os ursos atacam. Em nome de Ted, o fazendeiro e seu falecido filho, eu escrevo esta correspondência. Com o Criador como minha testemunha, eu cobro todos aqueles com conhecimento em armas e armaduras para enfrentar os perigos da floresta no norte, para encontrar a família de urso que atacou e matou os meninos genéticos, pois eles são abominações de olhos de Criador. Beleza. Uma última esperança. E abrindo seus celeiros, esse sítio para refugiados nesses tempos sombrios. Pedido dos nossos visitantes e seus feitos. Infelizmente, há um garoto sozinho no vilarejo, cuja mãe, a dona de casa Sasha, está desaparecida. Como ela está desaparecida desde boa parte da semana, enquanto escrevo, ele presumidamente está morto. Que o Criador abençoe sua morte. Ela era uma senhora de meia idade, com cabelo vermelho, que gostava de uma capa verde. Se algum viajante ou residente encontrá-la, aos ermos, por favor, retorne seu corpo ou que estiver com ela. No futuro, o garoto ficará agradecido de ter se lembrado da sua corajosa mãe, gabinete do doutor. Deus abençoe todos nós. Tá. Caralho. Porra, morreu já, puta que pariu.
Yes.
Oi?
O nome desse jogo?
É Dragon Age Origins. Aí, porra, bate nele.
Glorious again.
Beleza. Missão cumprida. Voltar. Ah, ele tá com debuff, eu acho que ele. Todos os ferimentos. Meu Deus, tá tudo muito fudido. Caralho. Agora eu consigo ver que tem. E os outros. Vou precisar de vários.
The path of righteousness is full of hardship, but the Maker smiles upon its travelers. And the stars stood still, the winds did quiet, and all animals of earth and air held their breath. All was silent in prayer and thanks. Let each look after his neighbor, and he will be looked after in return.
Olha a entrega do.
Her.
Lá do fora. Entendi não. Não, veneno. Aí eu tenho que criar um veneno pro cara. Decide entregar o veneno do cara. E tem que ver as armadilhas também. Agora que eu tenho habilidade de armadilha.
All right.
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock? Splendid! If those beasties come on my land, I hope it teaches them a lesson. Yeah, there's enough gold to cover any of your expenses and then some, hey?
Tu me deu só prata, tu não deu ouro nenhum.
Have food to sell.
Caralho. As arminhas da hora aqui. Pista. Ah, ele só tem coisa de couro. Ah, não tem nada pra mim não. Tem uma espada ali, depois eu vou dar uma olhada nela. Porra.
And I'm off.
Got a cousin in the Templars. He says the mages in the tower out on
Deixa eu ver se eu consigo fazer armadilha. Ah, possível. Tem que fazer quantas? 3? Deixa eu ver aqui. Não. Deixa eu falar com ela aqui de novo.
Oh, Hello again. You can? I would happily pay you to make some. There's wood and nails and other goods around the village and the forest. But you probably already know that. Sorry. Come back if you make some.
Vou ver aqui quantas ela precisa. Proteger 3 armadilhas com molas. Ué, 3 armadilhas com molas? Ih, caralho. Qual é possível? 3 aqui. Ah, possível. 2, 3. Não tenho.
Did you make any traps? Oh, what a relief. Thank you, stranger.
Valeu. Recebeu objeto. Objeto. Hoje embolado? Pelo visto, sim. O que é isso aqui? Ah, tá. Tipo os buffzinhos. Depois eu tenho que ver sobre isso pra começar a usar essas paradas. Ah, aqui tem granada aqui, eu vou botar aqui. Se eu precisar, eu vou usar essa porra. Ah, não dá. Ah, como é que eu uso essa merda? Ah, o nome da joia é granada. Achei que era uma granada mesmo. Sacanagem. Bom, acho que não tem mais nada aqui nesse lugar. Deixa eu dar uma olhada ali no painel pra ver se tem. Vamos embora.
You are very beautiful, Morrigan.
Tell me something I do not know.
But you are always dressed in such rags. It suits you, I suppose. A little
Ah. O painel não tem nada.
here, a little rip there to show some skin. I understand.
You understand I lived in a forest, I hope?
Maybe we could get you in a nice dress one day. Silk. No, maybe velvet. Velvet
Bora.
is heavier, better to guard against the cold in Ferelden. Dark red velvet. Yes. With gold embroidery. It should be cut low in the front, of course. We don't want to hide your features.
Stop looking at my breasts like that. 'Tis most disturbing.
You don't think so? And if it's cut low in the front, we must put your hair up. Show off that lovely neck.
You are insane. I would sooner let Alistair dress me.
It'll be fun, I promise. We'll get some shoes too. Shoes! We could go shopping together.
Bora. Partiu. Eita. Tá bom com 9 de armaduras.
Bad dreams, huh? Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight. I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me, too. That's what I'm here for. To deliver unpleasant news and witty one-liners. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Yes? Well, here I am. What is meant by someone like me? Did you think I was always a cloistered sister? The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed. I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on. Yes?
Aí, porra.
Well, here I am.
Já saiu cortando assunto.
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think. I know one, told to me by my mother a long time ago. It always chilled me to the bone. Maybe you have heard of Flemeth? Are you sure? Was she the Flemeth of legend? Flemeth, the devourer of men? Flemeth, mother of witches? Flemeth, demon-touched, who dwells in the mists? Well, if Flemeth really exists, she would be very, very old indeed. Ferelden mothers scare their daughters with talk of Flemeth. They say that if you're bad, Flemeth will spirit you away and bind you to her forever. They also say that Flemeth mourns her lost beauty and will steal yours through your looking glass if she catches you. Flemeth's beauty was known throughout the land. She had hair like unto a moonless night, skin as pale as winter's first snow, and eyes as beautiful and perilous as the sea. When she came of age, she came to the attention of the Lord of Highever, Conobar, and he took her for his
Essa
wife.
história a gente leu.
Conobar soon learned that his young bride had the gift of magic. He kept this a secret, for he feared that she would be taken from him. Flemeth stayed with Conobar for some years, and with his blessing, she practiced her art. And then one day, a young poet named Osen came to the castle. Flemeth was captivated by Osen's voice, and he by her beauty, and they fell in love. Flemeth longed to be with her true love, and she and Osen fled from Conobar's lands, seeking refuge in the Kokari wilds with the Chasing tribes. They lived there happily for many a year, till the day Flemeth received news that Conobar was dying and longed to see her face one last time. Flemeth's heart swelled with pity for the man who once was her husband, and begged Osen to return to Conobar's side with her. But when Flemeth and Osen entered Highever, they were captured by Conobar's men, and Osen was slain in front of Flemeth's eyes. Flemeth was imprisoned in the highest tower of the castle, there to await Conobar's judgment on her. Distraught at the loss of her love, Flemeth plotted revenge against her husband. She summoned a fey demon, intending for it to wreak vengeance on Conobar. But a spell went awry. The demon possessed Flemeth. turning her into an abomination. The halls of the castle run red with blood as Flemeth slaughtered Conobar and all his men. The last of Flemeth's humanity melted away, and at dawn, she stole back to the wilds to plot and scheme for 100 years. They say she took to her side many chastened men, and with their help, begat her daughter witches, who even now prowl the dark places of the Korcari wilds. Of course, Orlesians enjoy telling stories. I shall tell you my favorite tale of Aveline, the Knight of Olay. A long time ago, a girl child was born to a farmer. He had hoped for a son, not a daughter, and so he told his wife to abandon the child in the woods. Before the cold could claim her, the baby was found by a tribe of Dalish elves who took pity on the poor mewling thing and raised her as their own. Aveline, for that is what they called her, grew strong and quick and clever under the guidance of the elves. She learned to wield the sword as well as any man, could kill a deer with an arrow at 100 paces, and was as graceful on the back of a horse as she was on foot. Aveline's Dalish guardians saw that she could easily best any Orlesian chevalier in battle, and wanted to show the cruel humans the child they had left to die. They bestowed upon her a fine horse and armor, and sent her to prove herself to her people in the grand tourney. Now in those days, no woman was allowed to take up arms, let alone compete in the grand tourney, but Aveline kept her helmet on and was not discovered. Aveline won many events and gained the approval of the adoring crowd. Eventually, she came face to face with the knight Kaleva in the grand melee. Aveline had already bested him in the joust, and Kaleva was determined not to lose a second time. Out of desperation to regain his honor, Kaleva tripped Aveline and tossed her to the ground, ripping off her helmet as he did so. Silence fell upon the arena as Aveline was revealed. Kaleva declared the previous competitions invalid. A woman had taken part, and this was not allowed. But the crowd cheered for Aveline. Kaleva was furious, for he had lost to a woman and was now being shamed. Blinded by his rage, he forced Aveline to her knees. "Know your place, woman," cried he, and slit her throat. The son of the king, Prince Freyan, was present. He recognized Aveline's skill and bravery and began to see the injustice done to the women in his land. When he was made king, he rewrote the laws of Olay so that women could also become chevalier. He honored Aveline and knighted her after her death, and to this day, any female who is knighted reveres Aveline the Brave, for she is the patron of all women chevalier. Chantry law says it is man's pride that created the Darkspawn. In ages past, the mages of the Tevinder Imperium ruled much of the world we know. In their pride, they thought their magics invincible and imagined that they were greater than the Maker himself. So thinking, they invaded his golden city, planning to take it for themselves and depose their own creator. But they were impure and full of sin, and it is with the sin that they tainted the golden city, corrupting it forever. The Maker cursed them and cast them from his sight. Wherever they went, they spread the taint of their sin. Any land that was touched by the taint became blighted and would suffer no life. Instead, the Darkspawn arose to torment us and remind us of our hubris. Yes? Well, here I am. Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose. When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools. What can I say to them? What they believe is what the Chantry says, and the Chantry is infallible, yes? Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the Chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
Tá sempre me corta. Cadê a morre? Olha o grandão aqui.
Why are we stopping? There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful? You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight. No. People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of, the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty. I am. Decide. I am a Sten of the Beresad. I did not choose to be who I am any more than you did. The Antam are the eyes, hands, and mouth of the Kunari. We are how my people know the world. Compared to what? What does anyone truly know of the world? The world changes. We change. The Antam observe what we can, just as you do. There is no point to this. We are keeping the Darkspawn waiting. As you wish.
Complicado, complicado esse aqui, hein?
Oh, why, you little... Oh, you're so funny. Such rapier wit. Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me. Look.
Porra, fazendo merda aí, cara.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Fazendo merda,
I
porra.
once heard a really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone. Hey!
Engraçado, não tô achando a Morgan.
What do you need? Ask away. How did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfells. A whole pack of them, in fact.
É feio nada.
Well, if you're going to go and pay attention to the facts, then fine. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Our Lehman wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough. Our Lehman eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, the new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10, just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me. I suppose you're right. I wasn't raised as the Arl's son, though, if you're picturing that. I slept in hay out in the stables, not on silk sheets. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid thing to do. The Arl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there, and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming. And raised my dogs. Or I may as well have been, the way I acted. But maybe all young bastards act like that. I don't know. All I know is that the Arl is a good man, and well loved by the people. He also was King Caelan's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did. Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
You're a hard man to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the Coins? Levy the Trader? Oh, yes, for years. Considered him a friend, I did. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled. Well, as you know, my family's name is mud around noble circles. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Arland banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles. Hard to say. After King Arland died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride. Our family's only crime was guarding the kingdom against the blight. We're not ashamed of that. I ask for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honor. Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Arland's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honor. I can pick my way through the tunnels at the base of Soldier's Peak, but the place, well, they say it's haunted, and it'll be dangerous for certain. Will you think on it, at least? A thousand blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
Caralho. Cheio de lugar pra ir, tô ferrado. Sofia Dryden. Sofia Dryden. Alessa Sofia Dryden foi a jovem rival de Arlan pelo trono de Ferrell. Dryden era uma líder forte e carismática, com muito apoio do Banorra. Quando Arlan finalmente ganhou a coroa, Dryden se recusou a ceder. Ela insistiu em sua pretensão, foi pega e acusada de traição, mas seus simpatizantes continuaram a apoiá-la para acalmá-los. Dryden foi poupado da execução e obrigado a se juntar aos Guardiões Cinzentos. Foi.
Ele tá vendo a quest, viu?
Dryden sobreviveu à União e desvendou os Guardiões Pico dos Soldados. Com suas habilidades de liderança e encantamento, ela eventualmente subiu nas posições para se tornar Guardiões Comandante de Ferrell. Antes da Comandante Dryden, os Guardiões Cinzentos eram vistos como relíquias de um tempo antigo e um esvaziamento desnecessário dos cofres dos nobres. Mas Dryden, com suas conexões políticas, renovou os Guardiões e rapidamente aumentou seus números. Enquanto isso, o rei Arland se provava um rei desonesto, disposto a usar de atitudes violentas para silenciar seus oponentes. O reinado de terror de Arland ficava pior a cada ano, e alguns dos Bans abordavam a comandante Dryden em desespero. Implorando para ela interceder, ela concordou e assim a rebelião contra o rei Arland nasceu. Arland soube da rebelião e tomou medidas para acabar com ela. Ele publicamente suspendeu todos os dízimos dos Guardiões Cinzentos e declarou a eles que não eram mais bem-vindos em Ferrell. Alguns dos Guardiões, cientes de que deveriam permanecer politicamente neutros, ficaram envergonhados pelo envolvimento de Dryden na política de Ferrell e a abandonaram, mesmo com o exército do rei cercando o Pico do Soldado. O cerco durou meses e terminou com a morte de Sofia Dryden. Caraca, que doideira. Juliana é que tá com a gente. Beleza.
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Fennick, at your service once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes? Wonderful. Thank the gentleman, won't you, boy?
Thank you, sir.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed. He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment!
And there you have it.
Enchantment!
Ah, interessante. Enchantment. É isso? Foi? Então tá. Valeu. Caralho, a espada brilhando, mano. Que maneiro, velho. Caralho.
Enchantment?
Oh, certainly. I
Oh.
can do that for you. Just come with me.
Vamos ver o que tem vendendo aí, meu nobre. Encantamento? Não. Nada de encantamento. Enchantment? Elmo de provação. Bom, vou deixar aqui. Vou ver se tem alguma coisa pra vender pra ele. Se não. Caraca, tem muita coisa aqui, cara. Muita coisa aqui. Vende, vende. Ainda não sei como é que dá esses presentes. Beleza. Coisa aqui. A Morgan.
What do you wish of me? We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. I am here because Flemeth commanded me to aid you. Why? Do you wish me to leave? I can do so if you prefer. If I wanted to leave, then I would go. I remain, so do not ask such pointless questions.
O que você está fazendo? E?
Não é.
Mas pega o outro então.
Vou tirar o seu.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Calma aí. Pô, eu perdi a amizade com ela, cara. Pô, que merda. Porra. Isso aqui é difícil pra caralho de mexer. perdi a amizade com a outra sem querer. Foda. Não, porque falei merda ali com ela. Pô, sem querer, só fiz uma pergunta, a mulher ficou do meu lado. Vambora. Agora tem que ver pra onde eu tenho que ir. Pô, reduziu 10, cara. Caralho, reduziu coisa pra caralho. Fala sério. O flagelo. Pico do soldado, confidente com o rei. Caraca, muito lugar pra ir. Passagem de Suécia. Acho que esse lugar aqui vai ser muito difícil. Caralho, tem que botar de novo.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Ah, pra onde eu vou agora? Maior cidade, acho que é onde eu tava. Pico do Soldado. Província de Balorém. A Lotrin onde eu tava. Vilarejo do Pinhaco Vermelho. Passagem de sushi aqui. Vou tentar ir lá pra ver o que acontece. Tá porra. Deixa eu ver. Ih, cara, eu encontro inimigo no caminho aqui? Puta merda.
I tried to be merciful. Watch out! Come and get it. Disband yourself. Sometimes.
Caralho. Roda comigo. E de armadilha. Tá, vou até salvar o jogo antes. E aqui pode dar merda.
You'll have to forgive me if I seem a bit nervous. Not many people travelling in this part of Ferelden. Of course, that's part of my problem, isn't it? Mule got spooked by a wisp and ran off into the woods. Now what do I do? Ah,
Oh, waiting for my helper to find the damn mule, of course. It's freezing. Oh, I suppose you meant, why am I out here? As in this part of the country. Allow me to introduce myself. Felix de Grosbois, merchant and entrepreneur at your service. I don't normally take this route, but with the war, I was hoping for a bit of luck and good weather in the mountains. Sadly, I've had neither. Ugh, this trip has been one miserable disaster after another. I don't suppose you consider helping a fellow out? Of all the other things that went wrong, the worst is this artifact I brought in Jada. It's a control rod, I'm told, for a golem. No point in me keeping it, however, as I'll never get to use it. But, maybe you could? The dwarf I brought it from said it activates and controls a golem. So long as you have it in your hand, the golem does what you say. Might be useful, no? I mean, you look like the sort who could use one, yes?
Yeah.
The fellow I brought it from is a long-standing contact. He didn't want to come to Ferelden, however, with all our troubles. He said he got it from the man who owned this golem. But to be honest, I have no idea if it will work. Hence the low price. What do you say? Nothing. I just don't want to have to lug around something that might be taken for a gemstone by some bandit. To be honest, I don't even know if it'll be useful to you. I've paid too much to simply throw it away. The catch? Yeah, I suppose it is a catch, isn't it? The catch is that the golem didn't come with the rod. It's supposed to be down in a village down south, waiting to be activated. Even if I could get down there, which I can't, I understand the place has been overrun by darkspawn. That's not such an issue for adventurous types like yourself, surely? Or I'm hoping that's so, at least. Just as well. As I mentioned before, you'll find the golem down south, in a town called Honleith. I'll mark it here on your map. Just hold up the rod and say Dulaf Gar. That will wake the golem up, so I'm told. I hope it works. Maybe you could look up the fellow who owned the golem before. If he's still about, that is. Best of luck to you then. Now, I guess it's up to me to find that mule myself.
Aí como é que eu faço pra passar? Não. Não dá pra passar por aqui não, mano. Ué. Será que passa por aqui? E... Caralho, não entendi nada. Não dá pra atravessar. Não entendi nada, gente. Árvore caída. Acho que não dá. Não posso vir por aqui ainda não. Domingo. Rajada mental. Praga vulnerável. Deixa eu ver se ela consegue passar. Não. Ah, não passa. Então vou ter que voltar aqui depois. Tá de sacanagem. Aqui é à toa. Porra, é essa? Ah, tá. Aqui é onde o cara falou que tem um golem. Montanha do Doce. Vamos lá no golem pra ver. Aproveitar que a gente tá aqui perto mesmo. Pra ver qual foi do golem. Ah, merda, de novo uma batalha. Caralho, que isso? Meu Deus, esse vai ser foda. Ai meu Deus, o outro já tá quase morrendo. Pô, ele tá invocando uma porrada de novo. Usa uma cura aí, pelo amor de Deus. Meu Deus, o outro meu boneco tá quase morrendo. Puta que pariu, cara. Não entendi porque ela não usou a porra da magia. Cacete, hein?
Yes.
Cacete. Cara, porrada de lugar pra ir. Deixa eu ver o que ela... Magia. Tá tudo magia. Ah, muita habilidade, mano. Não tem nada de cura aqui, não? Ah, ela tem, ó. Ah, agora temos magia de cura. Temos magia de cura, não. Não tem nada pra pegar. Duas mãos. Ferrou. Não, arco não.
Going.
Ih, ela não consegue. A tranca é grande demais. Tô usando ela. Meu Deus, olha o tanto! Caraca! Que isso, cara? Tá.
As you wish.
Mano.
Let us end this!
Calma aí.
Run while you can! Begin the onslaught!
Rapaz,
Here.
enfrentamos um exército.
Very well.
Agora com magia de cura vai ficar mais tranquilo.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Caralho, elmo de soldado. Ó.
Right.
Deixe-me dar uma olhada nesse elmo. $1,50, $1,75. Ah, porra. Lixo. Esse aqui com certeza não é melhor do que eu tô usando. Esse aí esquece. Acho que é melhor do que o dela. Não, ela não pode usar. Porra, toma no rabo. Porra, esse elmo safado aí. É uma pirata. Chave de bronze ensanguentada. Será que é daquele baú lá que ela não consegue abrir? Se bem que tem um porão ali também.
Going.
Cristal, impossível. Não sei que porra é essa. Todos os ferimentos. Cristal é aquele dali.
Yes.
Cogumelos.
And I'm off.
Ali tá o tal do golem. Eu tô com muito medo de ele me atacar. Deve ser forte pra porra ele. Vamos lá, não tem jeito.
It looks like a golem, doesn't it? An actual golem, and not a statue at all. I wonder how it ended up here of all places.
Ele está coberto com vários cristais, alguns deles quebrados. Eles podem ser de ação ou não. Porra, filha da puta. O que será que... Não deu certo. Será que eu tenho que equipar a parada que o cara me deu? Nem sei. Poção de Lyrium. Cristais carregados. Cara, como é que usa essa porra? Nem ela usa. Deve ser pra algum personagem. Parte. É esse aqui? Não. Ah, que estranho. Deixa eu usar o estojo de ferimento, acho que ele tá precisando, não tá? É. Armadilha. Aqui, runas. Essa vara, você recebeu informação do controle agora. É, não serviu não. Bom. Não deu certo. Tem uma passagem aqui. Vou salvar.